Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today I'm going to show you how to make lemon poppy seed muffins. Oh yeah, I love muffins. I love having them for breakfast or a snack throughout the day. And lemon poppy seed muffins are one of my favorites. Really easy to do, simple ingredients. If I can do it, you can do it. Before I move on, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Let's get baking. Down below in the description box, you'll find a list of the ingredients and their amounts. Begin by preheating the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 205 Celsius. Now let's start with the dry ingredients. I have 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour here. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I also have 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds, and I just found these in the spice aisle of my supermarket. Most likely that's where you'll find them, and let's just put those in there as well. And you can use more or less of the poppy seeds. That particular ingredient, it doesn't have to be exact. And then I'll just come in here with a whisk and whisk this up. All right, I'm going to set this aside. And now I have 1 stick or 1/2 cup of butter, and I'm just going to melt this. You could do this in the microwave or on the stove top, 35 seconds, something like that. Just until completely melted. We don't want it to be super hot. And it's okay if there's a little bits that aren't totally melted, because those will melt up fine like this. You can just whisk that around a little bit and that will wind up melting. And now add 1 cup of sugar, white granulated sugar, and we'll give this a good whisk. Notice I'm not using a hand mixer. You can use a hand mixer if you like. And now add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, zest from 1 lemon. This is optional, but it really helps add lemon flavor. So let's put that in there. And a tip for you, if you've never zested lemons, is make sure to zest the lemon before you squeeze it. And then this is about 2 tablespoons. You can do 1 to 2 tablespoons, up to you. It doesn't have to be exact. And now I have 2 large eggs, and we'll whisk these in. And this is 1/2 cup of milk. I'm using whole milk. You can use 2%, 1% almond milk, soy milk if you like. Great. And now I have Greek yogurt. This is whole milk Greek yogurt, 5% milk fat. And this is about 1 cup. And so let's add this in there as well. I just always buy this 1 container. It's a 7-ounce or 200-gram container. I don't like measure it into a measuring cup or anything. So if you buy a bigger container than that, then you would want to measure it in your measuring cup and measure out 1 cup. All right, and we will whisk this together. Pretty easy so far. And now I'm going to start adding in the dry mixture a little bit at a time, about 1/2 cup at a time until it gets too thick, and then we'll switch over to a sturdy wooden spoon or sturdy spatula to mix it the rest of the way. A little more. And so at this point, I'm going to remove the whisk and come in here with the spatula, and then we're just going to stir and fold this together. Put that all in there, and this is going to be a fairly thick batter. Just until incorporated and there's no dry ingredients, and that will help ensure that we don't overmix it, because if you overmix it, it might cause the texture to be a little bit more tough, a little bit more dense, and not as nice. So there we go. That is the lemon poppy seed muffin batter. All right, I have a muffin pan here, or cupcake pan, lined with paper cups, or you can also just spray the pan if you want. I always like using the paper cups. And I'm just gonna use a ice cream scoop just because it makes it like the same amount each time, but you can use spoons also if you like. And then we'll take some and we'll just go in there like that. And this is so quick to use the ice cream scoop. And you're gonna fill it up most of the way, depending on how large you want your muffins. Usually you can get, 14 to 16 muffins with this. Depending on how full you make them, you can probably get them really full and just do 12 really large muffins if you like. And now I'm gonna put this in the oven and bake them for 12 to 15 minutes until they're nice and lightly brown on top, and then when you poke it with a toothpick, they come out clean. On to that step. And when they come out of the oven, they will look something like this. These took right around 15 to 16 minutes. So it could take as few as 12 minutes and go up as many as 18 minutes until they are ready to go. And notice it's slightly golden brown on top. I'm gonna let these sit here in the pan for about 10 minutes. And then I am going to transfer them over to a wire rack to cool completely. And now once they have cooled, I'm going to just move these out of the way a little bit. And then I have a bowl here, and I'm gonna add in a couple tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. And this was the other half of a lemon that I had. So each lemon, depending on the size, will have 3 to 4 tablespoons of juice in it. Again, it depends on the size, but each medium to large lemon has about that much. And then I'm gonna make a little glaze. This is totally optional. You don't have to do a glaze if you don't want. And I'm gonna put some powdered sugar in there. I have about a cup of powdered sugar, and I may not use it all, or I may want a little bit more. Just depends. We're gonna just make this glaze. I think I'm gonna make it just a little bit thicker. And there's a couple ways that you can do this. You can do a zigzag of design on there, or you can just take the muffin and just put the top right in it if you want the whole thing glazed. I've done it both ways. It's totally up to you how you want them to look, or maybe do a variety of them that way. For example, maybe this one, I'll just come in here like this. And let the excess come off. And then I'll just put that down to dry. I want to add a little bit more powdered sugar and thicken it up a little bit more. All right, and then with the thicker glaze, again, you can just drizzle it on, or I have this piping bag and I have it over this glass just to make it easier. And we'll put that in there. And you could use a spatula to get it all out if you want. Normally that's what I would do, but I'm a little lazy and don't want to get up and get the spatula. So I'm just going to do that. And then I can just take this up and give it a twist. And then I have a little piping bag. And you don't have to use a piping bag. you can use a plastic sandwich bag and then just do it like that. And then just come in here, do some glaze like this if you want to do like a little drizzle design like that. So it really needs to be thicker so it kind of the design stays together. If it's too thin, then it's just going to kind of dissipate before it can dry. And if you don't want the muffins to be very sweet, then you can just leave this off. Yeah. And then you just let the muffins sit for about 5 minutes so the glaze can dry, or you can eat it while the glaze is wet as well. Awesome, homemade lemon poppy seed muffins. And now I want to take this one and I'm going to bite into it and show you what it looks like on the inside. Mmm. Mmm. Yummy. And there you have it. That's what it looks on the inside. Pretty amazing. And if you want to make these have more of a lemon flavor, you can add even more lemon juice to the batter. If you want it a little bit less lemon flavor, then add less lemon juice. You can also add more lemon zest if you want. Totally up to you. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into this. Oh yeah. Mmm.